young girl, scarcely 16. Thanks to my parents, lots of places I've seen, but never a place that I love as well as my Virgil home 'neath the maiden tea hill. My Virgil home, that heaven of mine, the home of my parents, so loving and kind. I love them so, and I always will, and my Virgil home 'neath the maiden tea hill. The harbor's so pretty in the morning sunshine, as the seabirds and robins their sweet notes entwine. The fishing gulls shine in the water so still, here in my home 'neath the maiden tea hill. When I had trouble or if I was sad, I always found comfort from good friends I had. They knew that I loved them and I always will, and my Virgil home 'neath the maiden tea hill. My Virgil home, that heaven of mine, the home of my parents, so loving and kind. I love them so, and I always will, and my Virgil home 'neath the maiden tea hill. With her fishery failing, I may have to roam. Dear God, how I'd hate to leave my dear home, but each night in memory, sure I'll see it still. My Virgil home 'neath the maiden tea hill. My Virgil home, that heaven of mine, the home of my parents, so loving and kind. I love them so, and I always will, and my Virgil home 'neath the maiden tea hill.
Good evening. Welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include these stories and more coming up. Please stay tuned.
Sharing a healthier future with Participation. Today, many older adults face real dangers. Poor nutrition, misuse of medication, lack of physical activity, loneliness and isolation, crushing quality of life, even causing death. Is this your future or someone you know? At Participation, we're committed to finding answers, making a difference in your life, sharing a healthier future. Here in New Brunswick, the Healthy Active Living Program for older adults is a story of people helping people. Trained volunteers are providing information and advice developed by experts, medication, nutrition, stress, and physical activity. And it's working.
When I leave here, I feel so good. Now I'm in a group and I love it. And I think anybody and everybody would benefit from a group like this.
Getting the right information into the hands of older adults is helping them to get more active socially, mentally, and physically, taking control of their future. Geriatrician Dr. Warren Davidson.
It's imperative that we take responsibility for our own health, and we can do that by more activity. The more active we are throughout our lifetime, the healthier we are.
For more information about the New Brunswick Healthy Active Living Program, call the Participation Information Line. Practical solutions for a better tomorrow. Sharing a healthier future. Participation.
Provincial Minister of Fisheries John Efford announced good news for the Virgil fish plant on Thursday. I had a telephone interview with our MHA, Bill Ramsey, about this announcement. Speaking with me today is MHA for Virgil and Lapoil, Bill Ramsey. Thanks for speaking to us today, Mr. Ramsey.
Oh, very pleased to, Dave.
I understand that on Thursday morning, Mr. Efford announced that Burgeo was one of 3 communities that would receive a multi-species processing license, which includes snow crab. Mr. Ramsey, what does this mean for Burgeo?
Well, I think it's probably the one key piece to the puzzle. In trying to revitalize and start a plant that has been idle for any length of time, as Burgeo has been shut down, you need certain factors to come together. And when a business person such as Mr. Barry is trying to get the Burgeo plant up and running, he of course needs access to resource. And the way that the crab licensing situation is set up around the province, there were no licenses right from St. Mary's Bay all the way up around to St. Anthony. And this now will set Burgeo up as the southern region plant for multi-species operations. And that will allow it to access crab, snow crab, other types of crab, and all other kinds of fish resources to help that particular plant in its ability to access resource, which is the key to the overall operation of Burgeo and other fish plants, of course, throughout the province.
Okay, there have been a number of meetings ongoing for a while now regarding the Burgeo plant. Is this announcement what you were hoping for Burgeo?
The people of the new enlarged district is a continuation of a career that I started at a young age, at the age of 26 when I was first elected, and to take it from there. And
it's a commitment shown by the government of the province, and I've left no stone unturned, I can tell you, in trying to convince the government of Newfoundland to go this route. And they have agreed that Burgeo does have a special case, and seeing the kind of partnership that has developed with my work on behalf of the people of the area, the mayor and the committee of union people from the plant and other interested people from the community, this has brought it all together. But there still are other things that have to be done. There's still some negotiation with the government of Canada. Part of our negotiations has even brought the Deputy Minister and Assistant Deputy Minister of Fisheries and Oceans in Ottawa to Newfoundland for meetings. So we have a lot of other work to do, and all of these things hopefully will come together to make Burgeo an extremely viable fish plant in the future.
Mr. Efford also stated in his press release that the issuing of these 3 licenses has a potential to employ up to 500 people if the plants become fully operational. How many of these people do you foresee being employed at the Burgeo plant?
Well, to speculate, it's kind of difficult, of course. It depends on the quantity of product that Mr. Barry is able to buy through Sea Freeze Foods, and also the availability of resource in general. This is the kind of thing that I suppose the marketplace will dictate. It's not a specific quota of crab to Burgeo. It is a quota, general quota of crab that is available to all buyers who can then go buy it from the harvesters and put it through their given plants, and they will be competing for this resource. So it's very difficult to say any number. I think it will certainly be a number smaller than the number that was at one time employed in the groundfish sector in Burgeo directly. But it certainly would be a significant workforce. I would strongly hesitate to try to speculate on. It's not a good idea, I don't think, to build up a certain expectation of numbers. It'll be smaller number, but the whole idea is to work towards a long-term, sustainable number of jobs that will be year-round type jobs and not jobs for stamps. And Burgeo has had a history of long-term, stable fishery jobs anyway. It's only what the people there are used to. So to get it up and operating certainly is the key to the future of it as a viable fish plant here in the province.
So have you been in contact with Mr. Barry since this announcement?
Yes, I have. He was at the announcement this morning. Mr. Barry attended, as did the mayor of Burgeo, Mr. Marks, and other representatives from the FFAW. And it was a very good news announcement, and Mr. Barry, in commenting on this, did say he would want those reporters who who at times, some of the reporters, other provincial reporters, take this kind of announcement and try to find some negatives in it. And as he said to them, come see our fish plant in a year's time and we'll show you just how well Burgeo will be operating.
So did he give you any indication as to when he expected to get the plant back in operation?
No, I don't think he can be that specific yet, because a lot of it depends on, of course, the expenditure of some of that company's own money. They will have to spend in excess of $1 million. I think the figure he used was about $1.5 million of their money in refurbishing the plant to bring it up to speed, to what they need to do, and also then re-equipping it to handle these new species. So it'll be those species, plus we have the advantage of healthy-looking groundfish stocks, healthier, I should say, not healthy overall, but improving health of groundfish stocks, which will bode well for the future for Burgeo as a key part of that processing sector for groundfish in the future.
Okay, Mr. Ramsey, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Well, I just want to, in general, say to the people of Burgeo that it's been a distinct pleasure working on this, in working to bring it all together. I decided to take the lead on this and do whatever I could to bring Minister Effort and the Minister Mifflin's staff and himself involved in it. Now, Minister Mifflin can't really get involved directly. He has his staff do it for him, and this is understandable given the the duties of a federal minister. But in taking the lead on this, I've been very, very interested in having everybody work together, and I don't think we can ever afford to roll over and die at any point in time, because some of the hurdles that we've had to jump over since we started this have been very significant, and it's a matter of keeping everyone with their nose to the grindstone and saying we're not going to back off even when we get bad news along the way. And I think now we're reaping some of the benefits of that kind of attitude, the attitude that we're going to keep pushing and make sure that Burgeo does have a future in the fishery, and that the town of Burgeo has a future for the residents of the community, those involved in the fishing industry, and the general business community, and the people mainly of the area as well.
Okay, Mr. Ramsey, well, we'd like to thank you for speaking with us today. And on your next visit to Burgeo, I guess we can discuss this in a bit more detail.
Righto. Thank you very much, and all the best.
Okay, thanks a lot. Representatives from Council and the Union Executive are scheduled to meet with Mr. Barry in Corner Brook sometime tomorrow. If you drive by the Council office, you will notice there are no flags flying on the town flagpole. Lines were moved further up, stolen. If you saw any suspicious activity near the town office on Wednesday night, you should contact Council. The cost of replacing these flags comes out of town funds raised through your tax dollars. Stay tuned, there's more of This Week in Review still to follow.
Human survival depends on the Earth, on our planet's astonishing fertility. But what happens when the soil dries up and blows away? On Canada's prairies, on Africa's plains, precious topsoil is disappearing. Hi, I'm Bruce Coburn. Almost a third of the Earth's land surface is threatened by drought and desertification, and that means the lives of 1 billion people are at risk. The Earth can heal itself, but it needs help. People in developing countries are reclaiming their damaged land, restoring its lost fertility with the help of Canadian organizations like USC Canada. Worldwide, countries including Canada are starting to collaborate in the fight against desertification, working to ratify an international treaty. It's our future that's at stake. Together, we can bring the harvest home. Call 1-800-5656-USC.
The road to Sandbanks Provincial Park was upgraded this past week. On Friday, South Coast construction workers were upgrading the rough portions of the gravel road leading to Sandbanks Park. Motorists are reminded that the speed limit on the park road is 15 kilometers per hour, and they should use extreme caution because the roadway is often used by pedestrians walking to and from the park. Active living is being promoted more and more across Canada, in Newfoundland, and even here in Burgeo. Eat healthy, get active, and live longer is just one of the many themes that are promoted through active living campaigns. Active living may be as vigorous as a 10-kilometer jog or as relaxing as a stroll along one of the beautiful beaches at Sandbanks Park. Through the Art Health Community Television Kit, BBS, in conjunction with the Public Health Office here in Burgeo, hopes to make you more aware of healthy, active living. Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review, coming up after this.
Sharing a healthier future with Participaction. Today, many young people are not physically active on a regular basis, and they may face poor marks, health problems, and low self-esteem, crushing their potential, limiting their opportunities. Is this the future? At Participaction, we're committed to finding answers, making a difference in your life, sharing a healthier future. Many professional educators believe that a regular physical education program is essential for students, learning teamwork, leadership, and lifelong skills. It works.
If you just focus on the mind, then they don't get a full crack at an education. Being educated physically is just as important as part of the learning process, as part of being a totally educated person.
If you have a good phys ed program, they can channel all that energy.
Regular phys ed programs are not a priority in some schools, and that's a serious concern to many parents and former school superintendent Dick Dodds.
The 3 R's are terribly important, and I suggest that physical education is really a 4th R. The foundation of the 3 R's is being physically fit.
For more information about the importance of regular physical education, call the Participaction Information Line. Practical solutions for a better tomorrow. Sharing a healthier future. Participaction.
Off the rack. Tomorrow, the kindergarten graduation will be held at A.J. Matthews School. This week, as we scanned our tape racks, we came across a kindergarten graduation that was filmed in June of 1991. PBS Playbill. Tune in on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for a rebroadcast of Up the Shack featuring Marlena Warren. On Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. we'll have a video titled An Introduction to the Heart Health Project, describing a bit about the Heart Health Community Television Kit. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. Next week's program will be followed by Up the Shack featuring the Pink Boys. Stay tuned now for Up the Shack featuring Marlena Warren from our friends at Ramia Broadcasting. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. For This Week in Review, I'm Dave Cooper. Good night.